always a grind, three-game weekend. Unfortunately, things didn't work out as well at the end of that game against Ottawa. So tell me, I guess, your assessment overall of your weekend road swing.
Overall, again, another successful weekend. We were happy with it. I knew going into that weekend, you go into that other division, and then just seeing their home records in particular, pretty impressive teams, always at home. So, you want to put your best foot forward and try to play as hard as you can, and then build a little momentum. I thought we did that Thursday. Really, really good game in Peterborough, and then followed up with one of our better road outings the next night, which impressed me because Kingston hadn't played. We had a pretty emotional probably victory there on the Peterborough one, and so you're kind of learning your team and seeing how we're going to come out. We came out really strong, and I mean our third period on that road was very impressive. And then play a really good team in Ottawa. Again, I think they've only lost once at home, and I didn't love our game. I thought we kind of got away from the success that we had on Thursday and Friday. And then Ottawa is just one of those teams that makes things really hard on you and kind of maybe exposes in a good way like some things that we still can work on. And that's kind of what we're taking away from that. But yeah, coming home, 2 out of 3, we're happy with that and then looking to push forward here.
But if you had to played Ottawa, say, the first game of the 3 games instead of the third game in a 3 and 4, it might have been a different result.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, you never know. Sometimes, yeah. I feel like you're always going in and finishing on Ottawa. I thought we were going to have a good chance just because we had Saturday to reset and kind of refresh, refocus, and yeah, would like to play a little bit better on that next road trip. I think we get a very similar trip in February.
The mental and physical drain. How was it? Did you feel like they had more energy, is better set up than the 3 and 3 having that extra day?
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, I didn't think energy was more of a factor on the Sunday one. Just kind of got away from our game, and when that happens, it's kind of sometimes hard with this age group to refocus during the game. Sometimes they need a day or a week and practice time, so we'll do that here.
Alexander Karmanov, obviously there was a lot of excitement on the road. Any update on his progress?
Progressing very well. We're pretty, he comes here quickly last week, got in a quick practice before we hit the road, and now this week we've had a lot more time to really see where he's at. His ability for a big man, he can really move. Like, he's been impressive that way. We had, some battle drills and things like that, and like what we see, I think he's somebody that can really help us.
Could he be helping you tomorrow night?
You know what? I think tomorrow's a great time to get him in the lineup, and that's one of those things where he's earned it. He's come here, he's impressed everybody, but with his attitude. Having a chance to sit down with him and go over hockey things. He's very bright. He picks up on things. And I think everybody would be looking forward to getting in the lineup, and we'll do that here tomorrow night.
He obviously, the impression I got when we talked last week, it might be weeks before you played. Are you saying that he's escalated his ability or performance that quickly in such a short time?
Yeah, and I think getting the touches, I think seeing him live, I think seeing him with our pace and speed, there's that also with, there's not guys coming back that are injured yet. So we are a chance where, we're 7D and still 11 forward. So I think it's an awesome opportunity to get him in, ease him in. Nothing's going to be huge expectations on what that will look like tomorrow. But I think all of those kinds of things, we're like, hey, he looks like somebody that could help us. So let's get him in.
Third pair, like limited ice time, is that what's going to happen?
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, when you're at home, you can manage your matchups and manage all those things a little bit more. But I think that's it'll be a feel situation. We're just really looking forward to seeing what he can do. Again, been impressive this week in practice, and there's no reason why not to get him in the game tomorrow.
When did you tell him, Ryan?
I told him a little bit ago. I told him
today? Was it this morning?
Yeah, no, like literally not too long ago, and he's pretty excited.
Okay.
not to take away from Karmanov, but there's another player that you brought in around the same time in the trade with Pawsey, and I think he had 4 straight goals you scored. He was a part of, and tell me what you like about his game coming over in the trade with Flint.
As advertised, a really sound two-way hockey player. He's mature now in the league. He's got tons of experience. He wins his battles. He's physically, dominant in certain areas, and developed some chemistry there with his line and with Amidovsky, Laird. I like those 3 together. And again, someone that can just impact the game in multiple different ways. We like the left shot there, just adding with the power play setup and different things like that added to a little bit of flair to the lineup. So, yeah, and I still think there's even more comfort that's going to come with him. This week's been awesome for practice, and there's even another evolution and progression here for him and his line mates getting accustomed to it.
I've been a big fan of Mr. Greer since he arrived. And as a 16-year-old, he impressed, although, again, as a 16-year-old, you don't expect him to be, unless you're the first pick overall, a dominant player. But I think this kid is a really good player, quarterbacks power play, and has maturity and smartness. I know I'm basically answering your question, or my question, sorry, but I mean, he could do a lot for you.
He can, and we saw that last year, and then we're seeing this, especially over the last month or so. Like, he's really gotten, I don't want to say back to his form from last year, but that kind of impact on our lineup with an evolution of this year, with the progression of just being a little bit stronger, knowing the league a little bit faster, all those types of things. What impressed us the most with him, we knew we were getting an offensive talent with his brain, but the way he can defend is what's, adding the minutes to him. Like, Billy can't use him enough in defensive situations. He penalty kills. Like you said, he quarterbacks our power play. He's a real important player for us.
You talked a couple weeks ago, Ryan, about the road trips. You got another one this week, and I know you're not going to reach too far ahead, but it has been a very interesting and challenging schedule in December.
It has, and in my time here, especially being the head coach, very similar, I think, year in and year out, where you look at our front half and just you try to get those trips out of the way and those travel times, and seems to be a lot of the same. So we're used to it. I think, you hit these road trips. You got to try to get off to a good start. This one in particular, start at home. We've got to take advantage of that, and then you find ways to scrap and get points on the road, whichever way it comes. And I think that's the mentality we have right now.
I want to bounce back to one question about Greer. Does he do things that you can't coach?
Oh yeah, for sure. And that's where, especially for me, when you're scouting and you're looking at players, I can identify certain things that it's really hard to teach. You kind of have to have the sense for that, and he has a lot of those, abilities.